Hello. Today we're going to be making rolled up omelets. I'm going to show you how to make them. So the first thing you're going to need is 2 cups of kale, a teaspoon of butter, pre-cooked bacon, 2 eggs, and a cheese of your choice. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my pan on. This has already been warming for a little while. I'm going to take half of my butter and melt it in my pan. Okay, once that's done, you put that over there, and then you put your kale in. This kale has been washed, that's why it looks the way it does. And I'm going to put this in and let it cook for approximately 5 minutes with the lid on. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Kale looks nice. I don't cook it all the way through because it's going to be cooked a little bit longer with the eggs. So right now I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. This is all to your taste. You can put pepper in, you can put salt in, you can put garlic, onion, whatever you feel like. Alright. Now this is done. I'm going to take it and just throw it over here on the side. And then I'm going to take my extra butter that I had from before. My pan is nice and hot right now, and I have my stove on medium heat. So what I'm going to do while I get my eggs prepared is turn it down to a low. I have an electric stove, so it's on about a 3. Now I'm going to take 2 eggs and put them in my mixing container. And I'm going to take and whisk them up. You can use a whisk, you can use a fork. I just prefer to use a whisk, it's a little easier. Okay. That should be good enough. And then I just take my eggs, add into my pan. I want to make sure my eggs get over the whole pan. A little bit more salt. Add more cracked pepper. Now this is on really low because I don't want them to burn. So what I'm going to do is sit here and watch it, approximately maybe up to 2 minutes. And then what we do is we have a tortilla shell that we will put on here, and the loose egg will affix to the shell when we flip it over. That's just about right. There's just a little bit left. Put it on. Push it down a little bit to make sure it gets in there. Cover it and let it cook for probably another 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, we're back. It's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to see where we're at. Oh, pulls pan away from the side nicely. Let me see if I can get under it without my... Now if your tortilla starts sliding, that means you need to let it go for another minute or so. But my tortilla seems to be holding right in place. Flip it. And at this point, I will put my kale, couple slices of pre-cooked bacon. You can buy this in your meat section. They have some that's already pre-cooked. You don't have to use bacon, you have to cook. You can use just the regular stuff, doesn't matter. It's all a preference. You can put Canadian bacon, you can use ham, turkey, whatever you feel like. Okay, and then I'm going to use pepper jack cheese because that's what I like. And again, you can put American, Swiss, provolone, whatever you feel like. Okay, I'm gonna let that cook for a little bit. I'm gonna put my pan back, or my lid back on the pan, so that my cheese can get cooked from the top as well. I'm gonna turn my heat to a 4 now, because it's a little bit too low. While that's cooking, I'm gonna grab a plate. Go ahead and check on my tortilla on the bottom. I don't want it overcooking because then it just gets hard. It's just starting to get brown. I don't know if you can see that. I let mine go just a little bit longer. Oops. I'll put my lid back on. The second part, when you flip over the tortilla, is all about patience. You have to wait, and you can't cook it fast. If you do, it's going to stick to the pan, it's going to burn, it's just not going to be pleasant. Okay. Yep, that's just about right for me. You can cook it darker. I know people who prefer to have their tortillas and their stuff cooked basically almost burnt. I don't prefer that. I don't like it. I like it just brown. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it out of the pan. And there you go. Now all you do is roll it up, and you should be done. There you have it. An egg roll-up omelet.